All right, so welcome to the college teaching rotation. The first week, we're going to divide it up into three parts or aspects. They parallel the basic job considerations of someone in academia. Normally, we would say service, teaching, and scholarship, but if students are in their last year, it makes a lot more sense to turn service, which is basically those things that are for the good and benefit of the college, like committees. I'm on an honors admissions committee, for example, into career. So we're going to focus on those things that you would need to do in residency or fellowship to forge your career and take a look at what opportunities lie after residency and or fellowship, and certainly at the teaching opportunities out there. So number one, we'll go over teaching career, part-time, full-time. Number two, we'll talk about scholarship and peer review and how you review other people's work and make either a name for yourself in a specialty or also you can make some money doing this, not a ton. But if you are updating a book, and I'll talk about legacy books like Coda Kimball or Gray's, and where the original author no longer participates or one of the authors is gone from the participation and then other authors come in. And then the actual teaching and precepting, how to make a good presentation, how to bring the involvement in from the students. So the first thing we're going to go over is career. So day one introduction. Often people like the idea of teaching, but they're not sure if it's for them. Many teachers start part-time or as adjuncts, and a teacher that has no benefits or as an adjunct, which is a teacher that has no benefits and teaches a few classes, maybe in college. And this falls what one would call making a living. So to make a living as a teacher, often you have to expand your audience and teach outside the job you work in. So I want to tell you how to do that. And I'm going to start with a story about someone who was actually a grade school teacher, but they didn't really make a living at it, and it took another form of teaching to do that. So I call this, I guess, the teacher real estate agent story. So I knew a grade school teacher. She lived in a small town and didn't make much money teaching. She decided to try to make a living by helping students after school with tutoring, but that also didn't pay very much and was inconsistent. So she found herself exhausted at the end of the day because it felt like she was doing a double shift. And she then got into real estate sales and found that the same skills she had as a teacher, patience, empathy, negotiating conflict, they worked really well in that arena. So she had a job and there was never anything to worry about making the sale. So she just enjoyed the challenge of something new, and her clients never felt pressured. So each home was a bit of an adventure, and she could talk to adults in a meaningful conversation for part of the day, which was a welcome respite from talking only with children. So instead of feeling tired, this re-energized her. And gradually she grew her business to generally take care of listings, which is a much less time-consuming half of the business, and allowed others to work with their buyers. As a teacher, she helped the buyer's agents understand how to work with clients, and then she let other agents handle the open houses on the weekends so she could reclaim those back as well. So she could finally say, I am making a living with my teaching. And there are a couple take-home points here. The way that you make your living teaching after your job can be substantially different than what you do in your job. So in class, you might present with PowerPoints to kids. As a teacher, you might find writing and narrating career books to adults, a welcome respite. Either way, the energy from one should add, not subtract from the energy of the other. Don't give yourself a double shift. Give yourself two different jobs, one that makes the other one just as exciting. Two, you want to expand your audience to those outside the classroom. So in the case of the teacher real estate agent, she worked with parents who were moving into and out of the district. Her business manner wasn't salesy, and this brought her more clients, more people to teach. However, in other modes of teaching outside the classroom, such as online courses and books, the products and presentations have to exceed expectations, so much that the person is using them will share them, and I'll share that in the next section.